The Vanishing Point, an American highway legend prologue. The ghost graveyard. Every highway has its ghosts, but Interstate 44, slicing through the Missouri Ozarks, has something worse. It has an eraser. Officially, it's just an 11-mile stretch between exits 138 and 149 known for high accident rates. But in truckers' CB logs, police archives, and the hush stories at dusty roadside diners, it has another name: the Vanishing Point. Since 1947, 47 people have disappeared there without a trace. No bodies, no wreckage, just empty vehicles, sometimes still running, with doors wide open as if the occupants simply stepped out of reality. The rules are passed down like folklore. If you see taillights flashing in a sequence of 3 short, 3 long, 3 short, don't follow. It's not a distress signal. It's bait. If a hitchhiker appears ahead, wearing clothes from another era, do not make eye contact. Slow down, but don't stop. If your radio starts picking up a clear, unwavering broadcast of the old Baptist hymn, "Shall We Gather at the River," turn it off immediately. If it comes back on by itself, run. Most people think it's urban legend. Dr. Ilara Vance was one of them. Chapter 1. The 47-second glitch. Ilara was a forensic historian, a mythbuster. She studied spatial anomalies, places where history seemed to fray at the edges. She'd written papers debunking the Bermuda Triangle, the Skinwalker Ranch. The Vanishing Point was next on her list. Her younger sister, Caitlin, was a Missouri Highway Patrol officer. Skeptical, practical, the kind who laughed at ghost stories. Their last conversation was an argument. "It's just a bad stretch of road, Ilara. Fog, fatigue, coyotes, and the 1956 Ford Fairlane." Ilara had pressed. Witnesses in 7 different disappearances mention a vintage car. "That's not fog. That's a pattern. Coincidence." Caitlin said, "I patrol that stretch every Tuesday. Nothing's ever happened to me." That changed on October 17th. At 2:17 a.m., Caitlin called in a routine traffic stop at mile marker 113. A 56 Fairlane, cherry red, no plates. Her dashcam rolled. The footage shows her approaching the driver's side, flashlight in hand. The window rolls down. Then the video glitches. 47 seconds of violent static and a distorted audio warble that sounds almost like singing. When the feed clears, the Fairlane is gone. Caitlin is gone. The patrol car's engine is still running, door open, radio crackling, and playing softly through the speakers, crystal clear amid the hiss, is "Shall We Gather at the River" by Sunrise. Ilara was at the Missouri State Patrol headquarters, but there was no record of Caitlin Vance. No employee file, no badge number. The officer she'd spoken to the day before didn't recognize her name. Even the family photos on Ilara's phone, the ones with Caitlin in them, now showed only Ilara and an empty space where her sister should have been. Only one piece of evidence remained: a final text from Caitlin, timestamped to 16 a.m. "It's not a place. It's a frequency. Tune to the static. Don't come for me." Chapter 2. Tuning to the static. Ilara's professional skepticism shattered. This wasn't a myth. It was a mechanism. And her sister had figured out part of it right before it took her. She spent 3 weeks obsessively researching. She found a pattern others had missed. Every disappearance happened within 100 yards of a CB radio dead zone, a spot where truckers reported sudden, intense static. And each missing person had, in the hours before, reported hearing old-time music on their car radios, even with the engine off. The hymn was the key. "Shall We Gather at the River" was first broadcast in 1934 on a St. Louis radio station, Coxsackie AM. That station's transmitter had mysteriously failed in 1956, the same year the first Ford Fairlane was reported. The station's frequency 630 AM was now a silent channel. Or was it? Ilara modified a ham radio scanner to sweep AM frequencies, focusing on 630. She added a reel-to-reel tape recorder, the kind that could capture sub-audible tones. Her plan was simple: go to mile marker 113 at the same time Caitlin vanished, and listen. Her professor friend, Dr. Reese Thorne, a physicist specializing in acoustic resonance, tried to stop her. "Ilara, if this is real, You're dealing with a resonant imprint, he warned. A trauma in space-time, echoing. It doesn't want to be recorded. It wants to consume. And my sister? If she tuned to the static, she may have become part of the broadcast. Chapter 3. The night watch. The night was moonless. The Ozark air thick and still. Ilara parked her jeep at mile marker 113, facing the dark woods. She set up the scanner, the tape recorder, and a backup digital recorder. At 1:45 a.m., the radio silence was absolute. At 1:58, the first anomaly, the scanner locked onto 630 ham. Not static. A clear, strong signal broadcasting silence. Not dead air, but a profound, weighted quiet that seemed to absorb the sound of her own breathing. Then, headlights appeared in her rearview mirror. Distant, approaching slowly. A classic car shape. Cherry red. Her heart hammered. She gripped the steering wheel, remembering Rule 1. Don't follow the lights. But the car wasn't flashing. It just pulsed softly, in time with her own heartbeat. The scanner suddenly screeched with feedback. From the speaker spilled a voice, tinny and far away. This is Kiksak. Steedy. Lewis. Test broadcast. Can anyone hear me? The river is rising. The river is rising. We are lost in the signal. Then, the hymn began. Not a recording, but a live, slightly off-key congregation singing. Shall we gather at the river, the beautiful river. Outside, the red Fairlane was now idling 50 feet behind her. Its driver's door opened. No one got out. Ilara's own car radio blared to life. Volume maxed, the same hymn pouring out. She couldn't turn it off. The knobs were useless. And then she heard it. A voice underneath the hymn. A whisper, fighting through the static. Ilara, it's a loop. Get off the frequency. Caitlin. Chapter 4. The feedback loop. Caitlin, Ilara shouted into the scanner's microphone. Where are you? The signal erupted in chaos, multiple voices overlapping, crying, pleading, singing, fragments of decades. My name is Robert Hayes. It's 1959. Please help, the car won't start. The lights won't. We gather with the saints by the river. And cutting through it. Clearer now. It's all still happening. The stop, the glitch, the open door. It's a recorded event playing over and over. We're stuck in the feedback. You have to break the signal. Ilara understood with dawning horror. The Vanishing Point wasn't a haunted place. It was a corrupted broadcast. The 1956 transmitter failure didn't shut down Kiksak. It fused the station's signal with the physical location, trapping a moment of disaster in an eternal loop. The 47 missing weren't dead. They were recordings, living the same terrifying moment forever. Their existence erased from the world but preserved on this ghost frequency. The Fairlane's headlights flashed, 3 short, 3 long, 3 short. SOS. But it was a trick. It was the loop trying to capture new material. A fresh voice to add to the choir. Caitlin's voice surged, desperate. The recorder. It's two-way. You're not just listening, you're broadcasting yourself. Turn at the tape recorder in Ilara's hands suddenly felt warm. The reels began spinning backwards. Her own voice from just minutes before spilled out. Caitlin, where are you? She was already on the tape. She was being recorded into the loop. Chapter 5. Breaking the signal. Ilara acted on pure instinct. She didn't turn off the equipment. Instead, she grabbed the scanner's microphone and did the one thing a recording couldn't anticipate. She introduced chaos. She screamed every random thing she could think of. Nursery rhymes, prime numbers, the chemical formula for asphalt. She blasted the horn. She revved the engine. She created a cascade of unpredictable, non-loopable noise, overloading the frequency with newness. The Fairlane's headlights stuttered, the hymn distorted, slowing down like a warped record. The ghostly voices wailed in confusion. Yes, keep going. It's losing coherence. Caitlin's voice was stronger now, almost clear. Ilara saw a flicker in the Fairlane's front seat, a silhouette, struggling. Caitlin's silhouette. The loop was a recording. To erase a recording, you need a stronger signal. Ilara remembered her physics. To cancel a wave, you need its perfect opposite. She took a deep breath, leaned into the mic, and began to sing. Not Shall We Gather at the River, its opposite. A song of stillness. A lullaby their mother used to sing. One Caitlin loved. A quiet, singular, personal memory the loop could never have recorded. Her voice, soft and shaking, cut through the static. "Hush now, my baby. Be still now. Don't cry." The Fairlane flickered like a bad projection. The hymn cracked into silence. For a single, breathless second, Ilara saw her sister clearly standing on the asphalt, looking back at her, real and solid. Then the Fairlane imploded, not with sound, but with a vacuum of it, sucking light and noise inward, and vanished. The scanner died. The radio went silent. The night was just a night again. On the passenger seat of her Jeep, the tape recorder had stopped. The reel was full. Etched into the plastic casing, as if by an invisible hand, was a new number: 48. Epilogue: the 48th. Caitlin was back, but not unchanged. She remembers the loop as a 47-second eternity of cold and singing. She can't stand the sound of static, and sometimes in complete silence, she swears she can hear the faint, fading echo of a hymn. Ilara never published her research. She destroyed the tape, though sometimes she wonders if erasing it just returned it to the frequency. The disappearances on I-44 stopped. The vanishing point, for now, is quiet. But Ilara knows the truth. The signal is still there, dormant on 630 AM, waiting for someone to tune in, waiting for new voices to join the broadcast. She keeps the modified scanner in her basement. Once a month, at 2:17 AM, she turns it on, sweeps to 630, and listens. Just static. But last Tuesday, she swears she heard something new underneath the hiss, the faint sound of tires on wet asphalt, and a soft, desperate whisper that wasn't Caitlin's. "Can anyone hear me? I think I'm lost. My name is..." She turned it off. Some frequencies, she now knows, should never be answered. The road is quiet, but it is always listening, and the static has a very, very long memory.